Have you ever watched someone you love grow older and notice something subtle, like a little flicker in their step, or a quiet change in how they hold themselves? Maybe it's not just about energy or strength, but something deeper. Something that touches how they connect with others, the warmth they share, the closeness they feel. And then you wonder, what if the secret to keeping that spark alive isn't complicated? What if it's hiding right in their kitchen, in the foods they eat every day? I'm talking about real foods that quietly work their magic, helping improve circulation, boosting energy, and yes, even bringing back intimacy after 60. Foods that don't just feed the body, but nurture the heart and soul. You see, as we get older, our bodies change in ways that can catch us off guard. Circulation slows down. Energy dips. And those moments of closeness with the people we care about can feel harder to hold on to. But here's the thing, it doesn't have to be that way. There are simple, natural ways to help keep those connections strong, to bring back that confidence and comfort that sometimes feels like it's slipping away. In this video, I'm going to share with you 5 powerful foods that many elders swear by, foods that help blood flow better, keep your heart healthy, and yes, even help restore intimacy and closeness after 60. These aren't just recipes or old wives' tales, these are real-life lessons from seniors who've seen the difference themselves. So, if you're ready to learn how to support yourself or your loved ones with easy, natural changes that can make a big impact, then stick around. Because by the end of this, you'll know exactly what to add to your shopping list to feel more alive, more connected, and more in tune with your own body. Before we jump in, do me a favor, type "Here to Thrive" in the comments if you're ready to take control of your health and happiness, or help someone you love do the same. And while you're here, be sure to subscribe to Elders Wisdom Institute, where we share heartfelt advice to help you age with strength, dignity, and joy. Alright, let's get started, because your best years are still ahead, and it all begins with what's on your plate. Now, let's talk about the very first food on our list, beets. Picture this, your grandfather, someone who always seemed to have cold hands and feet, even when the room was warm. He might have thought that was just part of getting older, something he had to live with. But then, one day, he starts adding beets to his meals. Maybe it's a simple roasted beet salad or a glass of beet juice in the morning. Slowly but surely, those cold hands begin to feel warmer. He notices his legs don't ache as much during walks, and he feels a little more energized throughout the day. What's happening here is more than just coincidence. Beets are packed with something called nitrates. When you eat them, your body converts these nitrates into nitric oxide, a natural molecule that relaxes and widens your blood vessels. That means blood flows more easily and freely through your body, reaching every corner. Better blood flow means more oxygen and nutrients to your organs and muscles, helping you feel more alive and vibrant. Now, you might be thinking, beets? Aren't those just a fancy vegetable that some people add for color on their plates? It's true, many people overlook beets or write them off as just a garnish. But here's the thing, their ability to improve circulation is powerful and real. And this is especially important after 60, when circulation naturally tends to slow down, making it harder for your body to perform at its best. So how do you bring beets into your diet without it feeling like a chore? It's easier than you think. Try blending cooked beets into your morning smoothie. You won't even taste them with some berries and a little honey. Or roast them with a drizzle of olive oil and some herbs as a simple, delicious side dish. Even adding a handful of raw beet greens to a salad can boost your intake. And here's the best part, this isn't just about feeling physically better. When your circulation improves, it can also support intimacy by increasing blood flow to all the right places, helping you feel closer, more connected, and more confident. And if beets are quietly boosting your circulation, what about the foods that can light the fire in your relationships? That brings us to our next powerful food. Now let's shift from earthy beets to something a little sweeter, dark chocolate. There's a story I'll never forget. An elderly couple, married for over 45 years, once shared a small, almost hidden secret behind their enduring closeness. Every evening, just before bed, they'd split a single square of dark chocolate. Nothing extravagant. Just a tiny treat. It became their quiet little ritual. No phones, no distractions, just the two of them, sitting together, enjoying that rich taste and a few moments of connection. They said it wasn't really about the chocolate itself, but what it represented: slowing down, sharing something sweet, and being intentional about their intimacy. And ironically, that little square of chocolate was doing more than just tasting good, it was supporting their health in ways they hadn't even imagined. You see, dark chocolate isn't just candy. The real stuff, rich, bitter, and high in cocoa, is packed with flavonoids, natural compounds that help relax your blood vessels, improve blood flow, and reduce inflammation. When your blood flows better, everything in your body works more efficiently, your brain gets sharper, your heart beats stronger, and yes, your intimate life gets a little boost too. Better circulation supports the body in beautiful ways, especially after 60. It can mean more stamina, a stronger heart, and more confidence in the bedroom. And while no one food is a magic solution, small habits like this can quietly and powerfully change how you feel in your own skin. Now, let's clear up a common misunderstanding. A lot of people still think chocolate is just a guilty pleasure, full of sugar and empty calories. But that's only true for the highly processed kind. Real dark chocolate, the kind with at least 70% cocoa, is a completely different story. It's rich in antioxidants, supports healthy cholesterol levels, and can even help regulate mood by stimulating those feel-good hormones. So here's a practical tip: don't overthink it. Just choose a small square, no more than an ounce a day, of high-quality dark chocolate. Let it melt on your tongue. Enjoy it without rushing. Make it a moment, not just a snack. And if you're sharing it with someone you care about, even better. It's those small, daily rituals that keep relationships tender, warm, and alive, especially in the later years. From sweet treats to savory staples, we're just getting started. Because up next is a food that many elders keep on their dinner tables, a humble, everyday ingredient that supports not only heart health but also keeps that emotional and physical connection strong. Let's talk about it next. Now let's take a moment to appreciate something that might already be in your kitchen: garlic. Think about those family dinners growing up, the aroma that filled the house when your aunt cooked up one of her signature dishes. Maybe it was a rich stew or a pan of golden, garlicky vegetables. That scent was more than just comforting, it was familiar, grounding, it felt like home. But here's what you might not have known: while she was flavoring your meals, she was also feeding her heart, literally. You see, garlic isn't just for taste. It's loaded with a powerful compound called allicin. This natural substance forms when you crush or chop fresh garlic, and it's been studied for its ability to relax blood vessels, lower blood pressure, and improve circulation. That means better flow, more oxygen to your organs, and more vitality, not just in how you move, but in how you connect. Especially after 60, when blood vessels start to lose their elasticity and circulation can slow, these effects become even more important. Good circulation isn't just about preventing disease. It's about living well. Having energy to walk with your partner. Feeling confident during moments of closeness. Waking up with a little more pep in your step. Now, there's a funny misconception that still lingers: some people avoid garlic because of its strong smell. They worry about their breath, or they think it's too overpowering for everyday meals. But here's the truth: the benefits far outweigh the temporary odor. And with the right preparation, you can enjoy garlic without it overwhelming your dishes or your conversations. Want to make it part of your daily life? Start simple. mince a fresh clove and add it to sautéed greens, soups, or pasta sauces. Let it sit for about 10 minutes after chopping. That's when the allicin becomes most active. If fresh garlic doesn't agree with your stomach, there are also odor-controlled garlic supplements, but be sure to chat with your doctor before adding any new supplement to your routine. And just like that, you're not just seasoning your food, you're strengthening your heart, increasing blood flow, and creating an environment in your body that supports energy, warmth, and even intimacy. And that brings us to something a little sweeter. Something that's been a quiet hero for seniors who want to keep that spark alive. Now let's turn to a food that's as humble as it is powerful, garlic. Think back to your childhood, or even just last week, when you walked into your aunt's kitchen. Remember that savory, mouth-watering aroma that clung to the air before dinner was served? Chances are, garlic was working its magic in the pan. For some families, garlic isn't just an ingredient, it's a legacy. A symbol of love stirred into every pot, every sauce, every warm and comforting dish passed down through generations. But what you might not realize is that all those garlic-rich meals weren't just feeding the family's stomachs, they were feeding her heart, quite literally. You see, garlic is far more than just a flavor enhancer. It's one of nature's most powerful healing foods. When you chop or crush fresh garlic, it releases a compound called allicin, and that's where the real magic begins. Allicin has been shown to relax blood vessels, lower blood pressure, and increase circulation throughout the body. And after the age of 60, when blood vessels naturally become a little stiffer and less responsive, that's exactly the kind of gentle support the body needs. Good circulation doesn't just affect your energy levels, it's connected to how you think, how you move, and even how you experience intimacy. Because when blood flows freely, it carries oxygen, warmth, and vitality to the parts of the body that need it most, helping to restore not just function, but confidence in those quiet, personal moments we don't often talk about. Still, garlic isn't always given the credit it deserves. Many people push it aside, worried about the smell on their breath or assuming it's too strong for everyday cooking. But here's the truth, that small clove holds tremendous benefits. And when used properly, the flavor doesn't overpower, it enhances. So how can you bring more garlic into your daily life without making it a burden? It's actually quite simple. Add 1 or 2 freshly chopped cloves to soups, stews, or stir-fries. Mix it into salad dressings. Rub it onto toast with a little olive oil. And here's a tip, not everyone knows this, after chopping garlic, let it sit for about 10 minutes before cooking. That pause activates the allicin, making the health benefits even stronger. If fresh garlic just isn't your thing, or if it's too hard on your stomach, odorless garlic supplements are another option, but always check with your doctor before adding any supplement to your routine. At the end of the day, it's about making small, intentional choices. Because sometimes, the simplest ingredients, like garlic, are the ones that carry the most healing. Your aunt may not have known the science behind her cooking, but she was nourishing her body in the best way possible. And that brings us to the next food, a juicy little fruit that's been quietly helping seniors regain their energy, intimacy, and vitality for centuries. Now picture this. A respected elder in the community, someone who's seen decades come and go, who's raised children, lost loved ones, and lived a full, beautiful life. She once shared, with a calm smile, how her secret to staying active and feeling vibrant in her later years wasn't some expensive supplement or complicated routine. It was walnuts. Every morning, she'd sit by her kitchen window, sip on a warm cup of tea, and enjoy a small bowl of walnuts. Not a feast, not a fancy recipe, just a quiet, intentional habit. She swore they helped her joints feel less stiff, gave her energy to walk with friends, to garden, and even to dance a little when no one was watching. And here's what's fascinating, science agrees with her. Walnuts are incredibly rich in omega-3 fatty acids, a type of healthy fat that our bodies can't produce on their own. These omega-3s help reduce inflammation, support blood vessel function, and promote healthy cholesterol levels. In other words, they're a direct line to better circulation, a healthier heart, and more stamina, both physical and emotional. After 60, these benefits become even more crucial. Because as the body ages, inflammation tends to creep in quietly. It wears on the joints, slows down the blood flow, and sometimes even affects mental clarity and mood. But foods like walnuts fight back, gently, consistently, and naturally. Still, there's a lingering myth out there that needs clearing up. Some people avoid nuts like walnuts because they worry about the calories or the fat. And yes, they are calorie-dense, but they're also nutrient-dense. Meaning, a small handful, just 7 to 10 halves a day, can give your body protein, fiber, healthy fats, magnesium, and antioxidants. It's not about eating a lot. It's about eating smart. So how do you start? Keep it simple. Toss a few walnuts into your morning oatmeal, sprinkle them over a fresh salad, or just keep a small container handy for an easy snack in the afternoon. And if you have trouble chewing, consider chopping them into smaller pieces or blending them into a smoothie. There's always a way to make it work, especially when the benefits are this meaningful. And there's something else to note here. Walnuts have also been studied for their potential benefits in brain health, which plays into emotional intimacy and connection as well. Because feeling sharp, present, and emotionally grounded matters just as much as physical health, especially in our golden years. So whether you're caring for yourself, your spouse, or an aging parent, never underestimate the power of a few walnuts a day. It's a simple act, but it can support the heart, the mind, and even the bonds between us. And when we look back at the 5 foods we've explored today, beets, dark chocolate, garlic, pomegranate, and walnuts, they may seem like everyday items, nothing flashy or new. But their impact? Profound. Because sometimes, it's not about the big changes. It's about the small, consistent choices that bring strength back into the body and connection back into relationships. Now, let's take a breath together, because this part is important. Watching those we love grow older isn't easy. You might notice once bright eyes now dim a little sooner in the day. You might see less energy, fewer conversations, or a kind of emotional distance that wasn't there before. And for many, intimacy, the quiet, meaningful closeness between partners, starts to fade. Not because the love is gone, but because the body and mind sometimes drift in ways we can't control. That can be hard to witness. It can be even harder to talk about. But here's the truth these 5 foods have quietly shown us. Intimacy and vitality aren't lost, they just need nurturing. Simple, gentle, nourishing care, like the meals we make, the ingredients we choose, and the way we show up for each other every day. Because health isn't just about numbers on a chart or medications in a drawer. It's about how someone feels when they wake up in the morning. It's about the spark that comes back when they feel more like themselves again. It's about small moments. Smiles over breakfast, holding hands during a walk, the confidence to laugh, to move, to feel present and connected. And yes, those little things matter. More than we realize. Now, I want to say something to you directly, because maybe no one else has lately. If you're feeling uncertain, if the road ahead feels unfamiliar or overwhelming, you're not alone. It's normal to feel that way. But let's shift the focus from fear to readiness. From uncertainty to possibility. Because the truth is, even small lifestyle changes can open the door to big, beautiful improvements. Imagine this. You add a few slices of beet to your dinner. You offer your partner a piece of dark chocolate after lunch. You toss garlic into the stir-fry, enjoy pomegranate seeds in a salad, or grab a handful of walnuts before bed. tiny things. Gentle habits. But those small acts send a powerful message: I care about you. I want you to feel good. I'm paying attention. And for someone over 60, that message might mean everything. So here's a simple challenge: just try one of these 5 foods this week. Not all 5. Not a total diet overhaul. Just one. Start small. Observe. Share the experience. And see where it takes you. Because sometimes, the smallest step is the one that leads to the biggest change, not just in health, but in connection, energy, and joy. And as we've seen from elders who've walked this road ahead of us, they don't always speak of the years they've lived. They speak of the moments, the quality, the presence, the love. So if you're here today, listening closely, it means you care. You care enough to learn, to adapt, and to show up for someone you love, or even for yourself. And that is powerful. Just remember this as you go forward: no matter what age, love, patience, and wisdom are the greatest gifts you can share. And when you pair them with knowledge, like what we've explored today, there's no telling just how meaningful the next chapter of life can be. So let's take a moment to gently recap what we've learned today. The 5 humble foods that can truly support circulation, vitality, and intimacy after 60 are: beets, a natural booster of blood flow that warms the hands and the heart. Dark chocolate, a sweet ritual, rich in flavonoids, that brings partners closer one bite at a time. Garlic, a simple kitchen staple, packed with powerful compounds that open up the blood vessels and protect the heart. Pomegranates, the ancient fruit of renewal, bursting with antioxidants that energize the body and awaken connection. And walnuts, tiny, crunchy, mighty, they help ease inflammation, support joints, and bring a steady, lasting energy. These aren't just foods. They're gentle, everyday tools passed down by elders who've lived through change, who've felt the aches of aging, but also the deep joys of restoring what seemed lost. Now, I want to hear from you. Have you or someone you love ever noticed how certain foods made a difference in your energy, or even your relationships? Have any of these 5 worked for you, or is there another hidden gem you discovered? Let me know in the comments below. Your story might help someone else. And your question might open a door for another family trying to better understand this part of life. This community is about learning from each other, and your voice, yes, yours, truly matters here. And if you found this video helpful or even just heartwarming, I hope you'll take a second to give it a thumbs up. It helps more people find this kind of thoughtful, practical content, and it lets us know that these conversations matter to you. And if you haven't yet, I invite you to subscribe to Elders Wisdom Institute. We're not just sharing facts. We're sharing life lessons, the kind you don't always find in textbooks or doctors' offices. We talk about the things that matter most as we age. Health, connection, dignity, and care, with warmth, truth, and a whole lot of heart. So thank you for being here. Thank you for caring. Whether you're watching for yourself, your partner, a parent, or a grandparent, your presence today means you're choosing wisdom over worry, action over fear, and love above all else. Until next time. Stay strong. Stay informed. And I'll see you in the next video, where we'll continue learning, together, from the timeless wisdom of our elders.